Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I have something really cool today for the Honda CT125 and the Jeep Gladiator. Actually, the CRF 300L also is a VEVOR hitch carrier for motorcycles. Pretty long box, and we're going to take it here and put this thing together. I've reviewed a lot of stuff in VEVOR, and they make really good quality stuff. So I'm not getting paid for this, but they did send this to me to review, and we're going to put this thing together. Stick it on the Jeep. Now, this is a 2-bike carrier, so it should hold both CT125s, or hopefully the CT125 and the CRF300L. But we're going to test that thing out in the future. For now, let's go ahead and get this thing assembled, and we'll stick it on the Jeep Gladiator and try it out with the Honda Trail 125. So I'm not sure yet what kind of tools we're going to need till we get this thing laid out. See what all it takes, because you definitely have to assemble it. It would be way too large if it was not disassembled. Coolest part about this is it's aluminum. The other one that I had back in Missouri, we actually had to get rid of it because we moved out here. We just didn't have room to take everything and make too many trips, so we sold it. But it was steel and it was really heavy. This one is aluminum, should be a lot lighter weight. It's all boxed up here. It even comes with straps to strap your motorcycles with. How cool is that? And they're actually look like good ratchet straps too. So it comes with, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my goodness, 6, 7, 8 straps. That's kind of surprising. It comes with that many. So this may be a bag. This may be to carry the straps in. Not sure. And we just need to set all these pieces out. So the rails is aluminum. The whole thing cannot be aluminum completely because you got to have some strength. So I'm pretty sure that the part that goes, the receiver hitch, will be steel, along with these arms that hold it here. I mean, actually pretty heavy steel. That's like, it's probably 1/4 inch, it's close to it. But them are pretty heavy. They got a lot of weight to them. There's some more straps. All of our bolts. This is an anti-rattle part that goes on your hitch to keep the hitch from moving around when you put the receiver in, and then you tighten this up and this will keep it from bouncing around and moving around everywhere. So these are pretty handy. This is going to be the ramp, the loading ramp, and that's aluminum, of course. This is the receiver part that I was talking about, and it's definitely heavy steel, which I knew it would need to be steel to have the strength. And it's pretty long because it's made to hold 2 bikes. Instructions. Okay, so let's look at the instructions. See what we're going to need to do here. Shows the layout on the instructions here. Okay, so let's lay this thing out. So it looks like both of these ramps here are identical, which is good. Okay, we're just going to dump all these bolts out here. We can kind of see what we got. So it looks like the way it's going to go is you have these pieces right here, which will go on right here. You have these brackets. They're going to go on the outside. The brackets can't go on the inside, so they have to go on the outside, just like that. Same down here. This end. And then this is what the rails is going to set in, the 2 rails. So we have these bolts, flat washers, and nylock nuts. I like these better than I do lock washers. I like the nylock nuts. Pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and put them in. Flat washer, nylock nut. You kind of have to figure it out because this is not a real detailed instruction. It don't show a lot, but it's pretty simple. I wouldn't think you'd have to have an instruction actually, but just to kind of show the layout is the main thing. Okay, so I got my little Milwaukee ratchet here. Okay, so the bolt is 14 millimeter. The nut is 13 millimeter. Now we just do the same right here. Okay, so your ramp has a short piece of metal right here and a thicker piece of metal over there. The short one's made to set your ramp in like that. So what we want to do is stagger them. We want one short end on this side, one on this side, and that way when the motorcycles you can load one this way and one this way, and your handlebars will be staggered, not in line. You want one bike one way, one bike the other way to keep your handlebars from hitting. So the first one we're going to put in like this, and then this one will set the opposite direction. Okay, now we have these longer bolts and a flat washer and a hex nut to go in here. Okay, so this hole ain't lining up so good. I'm going to use a clamp here and try to squeeze it together enough to put the bolt in. That works. So I clamped it, used the drift punch, lined up the hole, clamped it a little tighter, then the bolt went through. Leave the drift punch to line it up. So the clamp and the drift punch definitely comes in handy. I think I can go like this now that I got it lined up, keep it from moving. Clamp it here, and then put my bolt in. Okay, now we need to tighten up all of these 8 bolts. Okay, so don't squeeze in too tight here because that is soft aluminum. Okay, we have all them tightened down now. Okay, so we can go ahead and set this on the Jeep now, I believe. We should be ready for that. So we do have these pins here. And what you have here is narrow grooves. And then here you have a wide groove. Your wheel will set into this. Your front wheel will set into this groove. Same way on that end, into this wide groove. And I'm believing that depending on what you're hauling, what type bike, you may not want that wide groove. You may not want your bike to set in too deep. So that's what this pin is for. You can put it in there and it will keep your bike from setting down too far into this wide groove. And it comes with one for each side. And then it comes with a keeper to hold them on. Also comes with a hitch pin and a keeper for it. Now you can also use a lock, which is what I usually do, but for now I'll use this. So let's go ahead and stick this on the Jeep, see how she fits. Okay, so it's not too heavy. We'll just go ahead and run this up here like that. I'm not actually going to put the clip in there because I'm not actually going to haul the bike right now. I just want to load it and try it out. Okay, now our ramp goes right in here. So for this side, the ramp would go right here. And the other one, you would put the ramp on this side over here, down in the short notch side. Like so. Okay, so these are some extremely long straps. Definitely longer than you need, but you can actually figure out your length, cut these off, and then just burn the ends, melt them a little bit. You'll be good on that. We'll just leave them long for now. But they're definitely some extremely long straps. Put one of them to the hitch here. Okay, now we'll push the Trail 125 up on here, which will be easier to motor it up, even though you're not supposed to. Like so, and you can see how this front wheel sits down into that groove. That looks pretty good right there, so I think I'll leave it without that extra pin. And strapping the bike really depends on the vehicle you have. I mean, some you're going to want strap different than others, but I think the way this is set up is you put these in an X from here to the handlebars and from there to the back, kind of a V shape, all from the center. V shape here, V shape here, same on the other side, is how it's intended to strap them down. It's definitely a lot easier if you have a helper to kind of hold the bike while you put the straps on. Would definitely make it a lot easier. This way I can strap one side of it and the bike will kind of hold itself there till I get the other side on. I still wouldn't want to let go like that. Not too bad. I could actually strap it onto somewhere else. I just let the handlebars be a good spot. On the 300L, I actually have some hooks on the fork to hook the straps into, which work pretty good. So it's not quite in the groove there. If I was to put straps here down, it would pull it in there. But even with two straps, it's pretty darn solid. So this thing is supposed to hold 600 pounds. Should haul two of these no problem, and hopefully this and the 300L no problem. Let's stand on this hitch. Yeah, I mean, it's plenty strong to hold the weight, no doubt about it. So I like it. I'm not going to worry about the straps right now because I'm just going to take it back off. But we do have the ramp here, which goes on right here. And there is a couple threaded holes right here into the steel 2-inch tubing, which these thread into, and that's what will hold your ramp on. That's all there is to that. Now, when you're strapping a second bike on here, you do have this extra tie-down spot right here, a hook for that. So you'd hook here and here for the second bike. And the second bike, as I said, would go on this way, the front wheel here. Very cool. And as I said, it does come with these straps here. These will actually work pretty good. So you can put these around the tube here. You can put them around your steering, your handlebars, and then just loop it through itself. Then your tie down will actually hook right there. So it does come with plenty of them also. Either way, it's like I said, different bikes, there's different ways that people strap them on. I mean, you may use your own tie downs, whatever you got. But main thing is the ramp's aluminum, a steel 2-inch bar to hold it. Pretty darn solid unit. Okay, guys, so that is the VEVOR aluminum motorcycle hitch carrier. Super cool. Actually lightweight, not bad at all. The biggest, heaviest thing, is, of course, is your 2-inch receiver bar. The aluminum is nice. It ain't gonna rust. You don't have to worry about that. Paint peeling, none of that. Super nice. Comes with all the straps you need, everything you need. Actually, a very good build quality. I think it's going to work out really good for the Trail 125s and the CRF 300L. Thank you all for watching. I will post a link in the description where you can check this out. Click the thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next adventure. Ride on.